Hey, 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 hey. How are you guys doing? So come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me double check and make sure that I am live everywhere that I desire to be live today. As you guys come on in, we are what on part four? Is this part four today? Oh my goodness. So we are on part four of how to create five-figure weeks in your coaching business. So as you guys come on in, definitely say hi, hello, hey. This part today is going to be the part that will literally catapult you the fastest in being able to create these five-figure weeks. Now remember, everything has been building on top of each other. So make sure that if this is your first part to it, that you do go back and you catch parts one, two, and three. Those parts. And so, you guys, once again, as you are coming on in, say hi, hello, hey, so that I can see who's on here. I am so sorry about the lighting. I've been trying to play with my lighting and trying to get my lighting right. But I wasn't as successful as I desired to be. So, you guys, once again, as you come on in, say hi, hello, hey. Those of you that are catching us on the replay, type in hashtag replay, leave your questions, your comments, all that awesome stuff. And I will make sure that I go back and respond to you guys. Those of you that may be new to my space, welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist specifically for established Christian female coaches who desire to accelerate their income and their impact without compromising their Christian values. And so, you guys, as I mentioned, this right here is part four to this multi part series. And so, part one, we were talking about mindset. You guys, if your mindset is not in a space where you think that you can actually create five-figure weeks in your coaching business, then it's going to be hard to do it. You may be able to do it, but it may not be consistent. And this is something that you want to be able to do consistently. So we talked about some strategies that you can implement with that. Because think about it, every last one of us can actually create five-figure days if we wanted to. And so the question is, what's hindering us from creating five-figure days? What's hindering us from creating five-figure weeks? That type of thing. So once again, we want to look at, you start with that mindset, you get down to the foundational piece, this part right here. Listen, this series has been fire. I'm here to co-mod a clubhouse, a room or clubhouse, and catch this at the same time, so I can go back to the replay. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. April, I am so glad that this has been helpful for you guys. And so, you guys, so like I said, that's what we started with on day one. And then on day two, we were talking about, okay, well, um, my thing is, so now that I have my mindset together and I know mindset wise, okay, this is what I can do, I can actually do this. Then, we've also talked about the actual offer, like what components when it comes to a offer, because my thing is, it's so much easier for me to hit five figures if I'm selling something that's $5,000 plus. It makes it easier. It really, it truly does make it easier for you to do it that way. We also talked about, well, who are these people? Where are these people that's going to invest $5,000, $15,000, $30,000 to work with me? So we talked about the type of people that will actually invest in these services, that part right there. So we talked about, once again, mindset on day one. Day two, we talked about the type of people who will actually invest. And the thing is, and the key piece is, they're actually currently in your audience right now. They're waiting on you, period. And then yesterday, for part three, we talked about, once again, the pieces and components of an offer. What does a $5,000 offer look like? What does a $15,000 offer look like? What does a $30,000 offer look like? And for a lot of us, the thing is, you don't have to put a whole bunch of stuff into your offer. That's where some of us are falling down. We're trying to add all of this stuff to it to justify the price, and that's not how you do it. And so now today, let's talk about pricing. Like, once again, how do I decide on a price point for my services? Bev, how do I go if I've been selling something for $1,500, $2,000? How do I put a $5,000 price point on it? Once again, $10,000, $30,000. How do I actually do that? And so there are a couple of things that we want to go ahead and just dive on in and talk about with this right here. You guys, first and foremost, the number one way to actually hit five-figure weeks is to look at your pricing. So we've talked about the mindset. So I got my mindset in order. Okay, I know that there are people out there. I know that this is how these people respond when it comes to investing at this level. And now the thing is, okay, I have this offer that's transformational. You guys, the price point needs to be on point. Your price point needs to be on point. And like I said, this part right here, it's so much easier to hit your five-figure weeks if you have an offer that's $5,000 plus. Because the thing is, each week I would just have to sell two of those. If it's $5,000, I only have to sell two of those. If it's $10,000, I only have to sell one. You see what I'm saying? So if it's five figures already, you only have to sell one a week. But people's mindset is, well, Bev, I'm struggling to sell my $1,500 thing that I have consistently. Bev, this $2,500 thing, I'm struggling to sell this consistently. And one reason, once again, could be the messaging that you're putting out there. Hey, Melinda, I'm so glad you came back and joined us today. And Shalonda, I see you here. Once again, the messaging that you're putting out there is out of alignment. But one of the biggest pieces is, and the reason why some of you guys are not able to sell your $2,500 thing consistently is because it should be at $5,000, because it should be at $10,000. That's why you can't sell it, because it's not even priced correctly. That's part of what's going on. That's part of the issue. That's part of the struggle. And so when it comes to the pricing, like I said, the easiest way to hit your five-figure weeks is to ensure that your pricing is in alignment. And so once again, when people come to me, this is one of the things that we'll work on. One of the first things we'll work on is adjusting their price point. And the powerful thing is, for most of my clients, we use the offer that they come to me with. That's the thing. Some of us feel like we have to create something entirely new. No, you may have to tweak what you currently have, but most of you guys, if you have an offer, there is a way that we can take that offer and create it, and once again, have it where it's priced at $5,000 or $10,000 or $30,000, whichever price point it is. And so that's the key part. Now, there are some people that I will say to them, they may want to make the leap from 1,500 to 5,000, or they may want to make the leap from $2,000 to $9,000. But if they're still having mindset struggles, that's not the easiest way to do it, because once again, you're still going to have those blocks and you're still not going to be able to sell it at that highest price point. So what I will tell people who are still struggling mindset wise, you continue to work on your mindset. You continue to do exactly what we talked about on day one. But my thing is, sell it at that next price point that you feel like you can comfortably sell it at, where it's going to be a stretch for you. I always tell my clients, get the people in, get the testimonials, because that will also raise your confidence as well. That will also help you with the mindset shift as well. And then you can always raise your prices. You see what I'm saying? So some of us feel like, well, hey, I have to jump immediately and go from, a $1,000 offer to $6,000 offer. But if your mindset is not there, if your mindset is not on point, I don't care how many people come on and tell you. I don't care how many times you stand on your head and turn around and do the twist and all of that stuff. You're not going to be able to sell it until mindset wise you are there and you're in that space and place where you know and understand that, hey, this is the level of transformation. Hey, if my people don't get in here, they're not going to get this level of transformation. Like, you have to be that confident in what it is that you offer. So that's why we started this thing off on day one, talking about your mindset and strategies that you can implement to help you when it comes to your mindset, because your mindset is going to be huge. I remember, hey, Rakita, I remember one of my coaches, she was like, Beb, it needs to be this, it needs to be this, it needs to be this. And I did what my coach said. But the thing was, mindset, there was a block there, and I could not sell that thing at that price point. Then I started feeling bad, once again, wondering what's wrong with me. I don't understand, all of this stuff. It wasn't until I got into that alignment with what it is and the results and the transformation that my people experience as a result of working with me. So that meant that I had to get people in there, help them get the results. And once again, like I said, it does something to your mindset, to your confidence, where you're like, well, dang, you know what? I really can do this. You know what? When I get the right people in there, because that's going to be another key thing. That's why the next thing we talked about was your ideal client. You have to be super crystal clear on who that offer is for, period. So that way, when people come your way, if they're not ideal, then you're like, you curve them. You're like, that's not for you. But hey, you might want to try this over here. But this particular offer is not for you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you have to be super crystal clear on who the offer is for, period. And then once again, now when those people come your way, you are confident, because remember, one of the things that we talked about yesterday with your offer is you have to be able to deliver. Only put things into your offer that you can deliver on. And so now when you're like, okay, boom, if I get these people in here, if they follow this process, or whatever it is, the framework or whatever it is that you use, they're going to be able to get results. You should be that confident in what it is that you offer. So then, like I said, get the people into the program, help them to get the results, get the testimonials, and then you can raise the price point on there. So that's how some of my clients, I have to do it in increments with them before they're able to get to that $5,000 price point, that $15,000 price point, that $30,000 price point. And there's nothing wrong with that. So anyone that says something, that's not right, you need to do that, you ain't praying hard enough, you ain't believing. No, that's not what it is. And if anyone comes at you like that, I'm just going to strongly encourage you to pray about that thing. That's all I'm going to say. Because once again, if mindset, if you're not there, I don't care how much people holler and scream. And it's not about just sticking a zero on the end of the price. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. It's not just you sticking a zero on the end. That's not how this thing works. Like I said, you have to ensure the parts and the pieces that we talked about this entire week. You want to make sure that those things are in place because it makes it easier for you to be able to sell at that $5,000 price point, at that $10,000 price point, whatever it is. Another thing I want you to pay attention to is whenever you do, either one, think about generating five-figure weeks. So think about in your head, if I were to say to you, okay, Melinda, this week or in the next 7 days, I want you to generate $10,000. Okay, Amy, in the next week, $15,000. That's you. That's all you. Are you ready? Pay attention to the thoughts and the feelings that come up whenever you hear that or whenever you see that. Because once again, if anything pops up, that includes, if it's any doubt, if it's any lack, if it's any anxiety, if it's any worry, because think about it, there is no doubt, there is no lack, there is no anxiety, there is no worry in heaven. That is not there. It's not there. You don't, those things are not there. And so once again, if that's popping up for you, that means that there's still some mindset things that we need to deal with once again. So you continue when that stuff comes up. That's why I always encourage you to have a journal. Look, go back to when we were little girls and we had our little diary. And you're talking to God about those things. You're talking to the Holy Spirit about those things that pop up for you. Because I'm telling you guys, it's an ongoing process. So it's not like it's just something, okay, I unearthed it and we're straight and we're good. No, it's going to always, as you continue to level up, or as you, what I like to say, as you shift into that next level, there are going to be things that pop up, period. And so another thing, too, you guys, it takes the exact same energy to promote your $1,000 offer as it does to promote your $7,000 offer. I need you to hear me again. It takes the same energy, you using the same strategies, all of those things to promote that $1,000 offer, that $5,000 or that $500 offer that you're out there promoting every single day, or that $97 masterclass, because it's easier for you to ask someone for $97 than it is for you to ask for $7,000. So we stay where we're comfortable because it's easier for me to say, well, hey, here's my $7 ebook over here. Hey, here's my free masterclass over here. And there is no upsell to the masterclass. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know who I'm talking to. But it's so much easier for me to ask someone for $7 than it is for me to ask them for $7,000 for my high ticket program. But the thing is, they're going to be able to get the level of transformation that they're looking for in that high level transformational offer. I'm telling you right now, hear me when I say this. The people, because remember we talked about the people that are at that level or that are looking to invest at that level, they're not looking for your free masterclass. They're not looking for your $7 ebook. That's not what they're looking for. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for that thing that's going to help them to experience the transformation. A lot of the people who will invest $7,000 to work with you, $15,000 to work with you, $30,000 to work with you, they're watching you though. They are watching you. They're watching you. They're watching you for that consistency, the consistency in you showing up, the consistency in your messaging. They're watching you. So for a lot of you guys, people will reach out to you to work with you in your $5,000 program, and they may have never commented on anything that you have out there. That's why I tell you guys, don't fall for those vanity metrics. I put this thing out here and nobody liked it, nobody commented, and then you want to delete it. No, you keep it out there because that's a part of your digital footprint. Because once again, people are going to go out there and they're going to look for you. So you have to ensure that you have content out there in order for them to look at it. And so, like I said, the things that you do to promote your $7,000 offer is the same thing that you're doing to promote that $1,500 offer that you have. So why not shift the focus into the $7,000 offer versus the 1,000 or the $1,500 offer? One of my clients, and she was working on some of this stuff before she came to me. She has now fallen into this trap of where she has a lot of clients, which is you guys like, oh my gosh, I want that. I want a lot of clients. Oh yeah, babe. Oh, that's my thing right there. Yeah. But they're low ticket. So she has all these clients. It's eating up her time, and the revenue coming in is not enough to take care of what it is that she wants them to take what she needs for it to take care of. So she can say that she has all these coaching clients. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm working with her to get her pricing in alignment. So once again, instead of me having to take on 5 clients at $1,000, I can take on 1 client at $5,000. And now my day isn't filled with a whole bunch of clients. Because you guys, I strongly encourage my clients to have coaching days. So days that they have dedicated to coaching, admin days, have a consult day. So the days that you actually do your consults on. Well, Ben, what happens if I don't have consults on that day? Then hey, you got a free day. It's so much more powerful. I do my coaching calls on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's when I do my coaching calls. If I have a round of my accelerator running, then I'll have another day where I do coaching. But once again, usually my coaching is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I have my accelerator calls on Thursdays, so that's why I have it on Wednesdays. But other than that, my Mondays and my Fridays, there's no coaching on those days. So when you get to that space to where you have a day, well, man, what if they can't fit my schedule? They will. They will find a way. They will find a way. They will figure out a way. This part right, this has to be Rakita because Rakita's over there killing it on Instagram. She said, Ladies, Bev is right. As I said the other day, my newest high ticket client is someone who was watching me on Instagram. You guys, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. These people that are looking to invest the 5,000, the 15,000, the $30,000 to watch, once again, they're not all over social media. They're using social media strategically. So you have to insert yourself in to how they're leveraging the platforms. And so you want to be strategic on how you're using your energy. That's why I said it takes the same energy to promote that $1,500 thing. So why not promote the $9,000 thing you have? Well, babe, I don't have the $9,000 thing. Then we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation because every last one of you guys have a high ticket offer and a premium offer in that you should have as part of your arsenal. And in this last part, when it comes to your pricing, that high ticket pricing, that $5,000 pricing, that $15,000 pricing, that $30,000 pricing is going to attract the ideal people for that service and it's going to repel the people who it's not ideal for. Some of you guys are trying to cram people into your high ticket offer and it's not for them. It's not for them. It's not for them. Amy, and I'm glad that you're on here. Let me say this to you, Amy. Let me say this to you. Amy said, I believe my premium clients are on LinkedIn and YouTube. Amy, your premium clients are on LinkedIn, and I'm talking specifically to Amy because I know who it is that she serves. Your premium clients are on LinkedIn, on YouTube, they're on Facebook. Those of you that serve a certain population, I want you to think about it. I want you to think about what I'm getting ready to say. Those of you that serve a certain population of people, your people are leveraging social media because remember, they're using the platforms to secure their own clients. Think about this, Amy. So that's why it's important for someone like Amy to get her messaging clear. Amy, do you mind if I use you as an example? Do you mind if I use you as an example? And I did not discuss this with Amy ahead of time, so I'm asking her now. I'm asking her right now. Hey, Angela, I see you. Let me get Amy's permission before I do. You guys, we're doing this in real time. Amy did not know that I was going to bring this up. So you guys, I put a post in the Facebook group. I put a post in the Facebook group and then I tagged everyone. You guys, once again, that is a powerful feature. I love you, Amy, but you already gave me permission, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So, I put a post in the Facebook group. So those of you that are part of highly successful Christian female coaches and consultants, and so then in the comments, I tagged everyone who's a part of the group. And so the post says, hey, what type of coach are you? And how can we find out more information about you? So the post says, what type of coach are you? And how can we find out more information about you? And so, Amy, I want to use your response as an example. Okay. And so you guys, when you have the opportunity to let people know what it is that you do, you want to ensure that you are crystal clear. So Amy, when I saw your comment, Amy, where did your comment go? Amy, when I saw your comment, I'm your response to the post, I'm like, it's still not clear. So Amy, I'm going to present something to you, and then I want you to see how you feel about this right here. So Amy says, I help busy established coaches get their digital footprints in front of their ideal clients who won't join their live streams or watch the replays. I use my clients' live streams to write their content through their own voice so that they can save time and continue focusing on their direct selling activities. Okay. And so, Amy, this is what popped up for me as I read that. Once again, you want to be super crystal clear on what it is that you do. So, Amy, and definitely tweak this a little bit because literally it was like a minute or two before the live. So I didn't even have enough time to flesh it out. But, Amy, remember, you want to be super crystal clear. My thing is you lead with what it is that you do. So, something like I help busy coaches repurpose their live streams so that they can get their content out in front of more of their ideal clients. It's something like without creating more work or something. Because you see what I'm saying? Because you said that they were busy. So you want to show them that you can help them to get their content out in front of more of their ideal clients, but you want to say without creating additional work for them. You see what I'm saying? So you can say something like, I help busy coaches repurpose their live streams so that they get their content out in front of more of their ideal clients without creating more work. Or something like, I help busy coaches leverage their live streams so that they get their content out in front of more of their ideal clients without adding more to their plate. Something along those lines. So that way, because remember, you said that they were busy. So you want to let them know, hey, I have something for you that you can leverage, something that you already have, something that's already in your hands, something that you're already doing. And being able to leverage that content, being able to leverage the content of your live stream, and now creating more content to get it in front of more of your ideal clients. You see what I'm saying? Without adding additional work. Because the thing that you said that kind of threw me off with your response was you said their ideal clients won't join their lives or watch their replays. Like that may not be an issue for some of your established coaches. The thing is, you want to show them, hey, I'm going to take something that you're already doing. And I want to go and now be able to allow for you to be in multiple places at one time without adding more work to what it is that you do. That type of thing. That type of thing. Does that make sense? So you see what I'm saying? So you wanted to have something along those lines like that, Amy, to where, like I said, in that sentence, people are able to quickly see what it is that you do. And once again, it makes sense for them. That type of thing. And so that way, you see what I'm saying? So that's the type of thing, even if you want to say without taking time away from, their daily revenue generating activities or something like that. But you want to have some type of tagline like that. And so once again, Amy, because like I said, when you put it out there like that for that ideal client, that's going to grab their attention. It's going to attract their attention. And so once again, you guys, like I said, when you have your premium or your high ticket services and that price point, it's supposed to repel people. Some of you guys are trying to force people into your high ticket services and they are not supposed to be there. They're not supposed to be there, period. If they do not have the funds, now y'all got me talking through clenched teeth. If they do not have the funds, if they legit do not have the funds, you don't say, okay, well, pay me what you can. Because everybody in your program is not supposed to be paid what you can. I, and there's no way in the world the Holy Spirit gave you this idea for this program and then said no, and gave you this price point and said no, no, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. If they don't have the funds, then hey, they're not ready for it right now, and that is fine. But see, the thing is, you want to make sure when you show up consistently, give yourself enough time, because some of you guys, you'll do it because you're like, well, Bev, it's a group coaching program and I got to have a certain number of people in there. And that's the case. But the thing is, give yourself enough time to promote that thing. What is the strategies that you have in place to promote it? What are your strategies that you have in place to ensure that you get at least the minimum number of people in there that you desire to have in order for it to be a successful group setting? That's what you want to ensure that you do. Because once again, when you have the right people in that group setting, because remember, we talked about this yesterday. Oh, you can have high ticket and premium group coaching programs. It doesn't just have to be your one on one. So if it's your one on one, then that's cool the way you do it like that. But you can have high ticket and premium group coaching programs. Your group coaching programs can be $5,000. It can be $10,000. It could be $20,000. But once again, you want to make sure you have all these pieces in place that we talked about up until this point. Okay. And so, like I said, you guys, the pricing is going to be key. Do not try to cram everyone into your high ticket and your premium programs because they were not designed, they were not supposed to be. It is not for everybody, and it is okay. That's what I need you guys to understand. That's what I need you guys to get. Okay. So, you guys, this is all that I want to talk about when it comes to pricing. For some of you guys, I'm telling you, when you make the shift in your pricing, it's going to make a huge difference. Once again, some of you guys, you have clients, like you have clients, but it's not enough of the revenue coming in because your price points are off. This is one of the main things I work on with my clients is getting their price points in order, in alignment, to where, like I said, they're not feeling like every single day I have to be out here selling something because enough of the revenue is not coming in. Once again, if you can go from that same $2,000 offer that you currently have, if you know how to package it and price it, so now that $2,000 service is now a $7,000 service, and now you just sell one of those a week. That's what 7,000 times four. That's $28,000 a month right there. Or if you just sold two of those a month, that's your $14,000 right there. That's your five-figure month right there. If that was all that you were shooting for, you see what I'm saying? So for a lot of us, we have to shift our thinking when it comes to the pricing. A lot of you guys struggle with the pricing because you have some money mindset struggles. You have struggles when it comes to money mindset. Like I said, it's easier for you to ask them to pay $7 for that ebook, but $7,000 for a group coaching program. Oh, ma'am. Oh, that's a whole different. Your mind blown on that one. And so that's keeping a lot of you guys stuck where you are. And so until you get to that space where you're ready to shift into that next, because like I said, and I said this the other day, the conversations when you're in rooms with people who are selling at $5,000, $15,000, $30,000. I told you the first time I was in a program and someone closed $1,000, I mean $100,000 in a week. I'm like, well, I was trying to do that in a year and somebody did it in a week. It does something to you. It shifts your mindset. You realize that, wait a minute, it is possible to do it, but you need to be around other people who are doing it. And that's the thing. And my thing is, when I saw that, I wasn't in an environment of other believers. So I'm like, well, good grief. If they're able to do this outside the kingdom, imagine what it would look like inside the kingdom to be around other people that are closing $10,000 in a week, $30,000 in a week. Hey, why not $100,000 in a week? Why not that? That's the part right there. But like I said, I'm telling you to get into that space. I'm telling you, some of you guys, when you get into those rooms like that, it's going to be a completely different shift for you. It's going to shift you into that next level mindset and you get to see the possibilities. And once you get there, you realize, man, I wish I would have done this sooner. I wish I would have done this sooner. That part right there. And so, like I said, that's why I feel like and I was talking to someone the other day. I said, look, I said, I'm only at this point now in my business, I'm only working with coaches who desire to create five-figure weeks, period. I'm only working with coaches who desire to create five-figure weeks. You have to put in the work. If that is not your goal, it's nothing wrong if that's not your goal, but I'm not the coach for you, and I'm fine with that because I've seen the power in what happens when you're in one, when you're in those rooms, and two, when you create it for yourself. It's almost like, for lack of a better word, it's like this relief. Or it's like, oh my gosh, like this is like, oh goodness, because once again, it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. The first time I was at a conference and saw other Black people bidding thousands of dollars at an auction, that shifted something in me. The wealth is possible for me too. You guys, I'm telling you, when you get into those rooms, and my thing has been when I was in rooms, and once again, because I didn't see it for myself, I had to create it. I had to end up creating those rooms. So when I see those Christian female coaches and those jokers are in there, like I said, closing $10,000 weeks, $30,000 weeks, I'm sitting here like, my God, $50,000 months. It does something to you. Even the other people get to see the possibilities, and that's what I want you guys to see. It is possible, especially this right here, because think about it. You're like, okay, God, I'm believing you for $10,000 this week. And God is like, oh, that's all my daughter asking me for. That's all she's asking for. That's it. That's all she's asking for. For us, that seems like a lot. But like I said, when you have your pricing position in such a way, I'm telling you, it can be that easy, but you have to be consistent with your messaging. You have to ensure that you have an offer out there, and what we talked about when it came to that offer and the pieces and the components you want to have with that offer, that's going to make a difference. Once again, mindset wise, you have to be in that space and place. You have to pay attention to what comes up for you when you see those prices or you hear those prices or you think about you asking someone to invest at that level. All of those things you have to pay attention to. But I'm telling you, when you do it for the first time, the second time, the third time, I'm telling you, it's absolutely amazing. So, like I said, you guys, at this point, I'm only working with coaches who desire to create revenue at that level. If that's not your goal, it's fine. You can certainly remain a part of my community so you can see the others who are doing it, so you can see the possibilities. But for some people, they're like, well, hey, I don't want to generate that type of revenue. And that's fine. That is fine. That is fine. That is fine. But I know who I've been called to be able to show you what it can be like, what it can look like. Go and just look at my client testimonial so you can see it for yourself. $11,000 in 4 days, $30,000 in a day, $20,000 in a week. That type of revenue and impact. That part right there is absolutely powerful. Absolutely powerful. Okay. So, you guys, that is all that I have for you today. I pray you guys have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. Of course, if you want to know how I can support you in creating, accelerating your income and impact by creating 5 figure weeks, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. The next round to my accelerator, where the next round is getting ready, we're starting next month. And so, once again, we're starting to fill those spots for the next round of my accelerator. And we're really starting with this next round, really focusing on ensuring that one, your price point is in alignment so that you can literally start creating those 5 figure weeks in your coaching business. So, if that's what you're interested in, please reach out to me so that we can have a conversation. All right. You guys, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining. I'm glad that this was helpful to you. Of course, if you have specific questions, let me know. If you're catching me on the replay, type in hashtag replay, leave your questions, your comments. If you're in the Facebook group, make sure you comment on that post so we can see who we have as a part of our Facebook group as well. So, you guys have an absolutely amazing rest to your day, and I will see you guys on the other side of this live. Take care, take care, take care.